my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing just my face makeup. I pretty much already did my eyebrows and clean them up. I don't think I'm going to do eyeshadow, but I'm not for sure yet. I'm going to go ahead and do my base and everything, and then later on I'll decide if, you know, eyeshadow is something I want to do. So I'm pretty much just going out with a friend to eat dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my water drop primer from Wet n Wild in the scent coconut. Okay, so once I'm pretty much done with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and use some of the Too Faced, just because I thought the Wet n Wild one was a little bit more hydrating, but I guess it's not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plop this one on my face. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, plop on some lip balm because my lips are really dry. Alright, so while that kind of just like sets, I'm just gonna go ahead and choose the foundation that I'm gonna wear today. And by the way, I got my lash extensions done again. So yeah, that's why I'm pretty much just doing the face. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my foundation, which would be the Derma Blend. This is the one that I use. This is the one that I'm always telling you guys that I'm using. So I'm literally, okay, now I got foundation all in my arm. So yeah, this is just what I'm gonna be putting on. So I've been listening to quite a lot of, but yeah, like just using a little bit of this BH foundation just because it's a little bit lighter. I've been listening to, well, the main thing that I always listen to when it comes to podcasts are true crime, and yeah, I've been really into them even more now, because I've found a couple different ones. But yeah, I'm just, a lot of the cases do tend to annoy me just because I guess I expect things to go different or for someone to do something differently. But you know, so now I'm just gonna take some Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm just gonna use that where I normally highlight. Okay, so a lot of the cases that I tend to listen to are about like missing people or murder people, or people that have been murdered, not murder people. And you know, in some cases they just haven't found who did the crime, and in other cases of the missing people, they tend to be like back in the day, like when, like, these are people that have been missing for like 30 plus years, which is insane to me. When it was easier for, personally, I feel like back then it was so much easier to get away with crimes. Like, you know, we have like the Zodiac killer and plenty of other killers that it's been decades before they're even caught, if they're even caught, which is just like mind-boggling to me. Like, there's one case, and I forgot her name, but if you are familiar with like true crime, you might be familiar with the case that I'm talking about, but she had a twin sister, and her twin sister actually got shot, but they've never found the suspect. And I saw that a lot of her family members tend to tell her, like, you know, why are you so obsessed with this case? And not only is that her sibling, but at the end of the day, that's her twin sister. So it kind of just also annoys me that sometimes, I guess, a lot of people, there's always just like one particular person, usually it's the mom or someone that just like was really close to them, that ends up wanting like justice. Or sometimes it's their kids, and their kids were younger when they were murdered, and their kids had gotten older, and obviously they want justice for their parents. But yeah, it's just like a lot to take in. I mean, there's a lot of cases where I feel like the person doesn't necessarily have to be a stalker. They could just be telling the person, like, you know, do this so people don't think that you're missing. Which is why I just found it really interesting. Like, if you were to go missing, what is one thing that, yeah, you can get away with saying that it's you, but like actually identifying that it's yourself in danger, you know? I feel like it's really important to always have like a code word with someone if you are lucky enough to get in contact with someone from your family, and not necessarily send like a please help me, I've been kidnapped, but like something that would let them notify, or like let them know. Like there's this movie where the girl's brother died on a sunny day, so she actually hates sunny days. I believe it's like a movie where they like rob money. It's like they steal from banks. But yeah, like, so at the end when like all the cops are there to like interview her, and the guy's on his way to her house, she's like, you know, if you come here, it'll be like my sunny day. So I feel like it's always important, like me, my paranoid ass, I feel like it's always important to have like a code word with someone, especially now that like everything is like freaking crazy, and like people are just so much more evil and have access to so much shit. Like the whole Ring thing, let me know if you guys have like any type of security cameras at home. Although I think that they are a great investment and can be a great thing. I saw this like thing on the internet, and I believe I reposted it to my Instagram story a couple of weeks ago when this first happened, but someone had a Ring, and I guess that someone, since it's like an online service, I believe, or it's like connected to Wi-Fi, someone got to hack the Ring, and they were talking to like her daughters through the Ring, and if her daughters couldn't believe that the guy was like Santa Claus or something, then like, you know, but her daughters were pretty smart, so right away they like told her that someone was talking to them. But I'm just like, it's pretty freaking crazy. Like, hackers get information into everything, you know? I don't know what that was, but hope you get the point. Okay, so I used the Tarte Shape Tip Concealer, and then I used this Wet n Wild Dual Undid Contour Stick in the shade Light to Medium. And now I'm going to bake my face, so I'm literally just going to, okay, drop my cap on the floor. And I'm gonna go ahead and just go underneath of my eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and go underneath of my eyes really quickly. And then I get my baking, well, my powder, and start baking. Especially underneath of my eyes, where I tend to crease a lot. Then I'm gonna bake like on the sides of my nose. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm like really into true crime, so I guess that's what I decided to throw at you guys today, because there's just some cases that linger on my mind. Also, I've been watching a lot of shows. Okay guys, so from this point on, I'm gonna go ahead and just do a voiceover, because I just stopped talking from this point on. So basically here I'm just gonna wipe off all of my baking, and like I was saying, I've been watching a lot of shows, specifically on Netflix. As you guys know, and it's been all over Twitter, all over Instagram, is the show You, but I'm not gonna spoil it. I know some people are just getting into it. Season 1 you definitely have to watch if you are going to watch season 2. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this Too Faced Chocolate Soleil matte bronzer. I'm just gonna put it on top of where I put that contour stick. I feel like you definitely have to watch one in order to get the other. And another one that I've continued to watch is the End of the Fucking World. And that one's a really good show too. Season 2 came out a couple months ago. I know last year it came out, and I just finished watching season 2, but season 1 I watched it kind of near when it came out, and it's actually a really good show. And I just recently started watching Good Girls, and it's really funny, with a little bit of like violence in it, but it's not like too much violence. It's just like funny, but they get themselves into like really sticky situations, but it's still a really good show. And I think that's pretty much it, aside from Black Mirror. I really like Black Mirror, but I can only watch some episodes. I don't really get into all of them. There's some that are kind of boring to me. It takes too long to get to the point. And I mean, I could watch them and get them, but sometimes I just feel like they take too long to explain like what the episode is trying to get at. But there are some really good episodes that I would recommend watching. You just have to kind of go through it. If you happen to like all of them, that's great, but I personally only prefer some. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as the podcast that I was telling you guys in this video, I couldn't remember the names of the like victims or the suspects of the cases that I was talking about, but I do watch a lot of the crime. Well, I do listen to a lot of the Crime Junkie podcast. That's actually one of the podcasts I'm finishing right now. And I think I only have some episodes to go through. I'm pretty sure I'm almost done because I listened to a couple of episodes while I'm at work. And if I have good signal, then I can get through a lot of them. By the way, I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills blush in Pool Party, and here I'm using the Omrazi highlighter. And then for my lip liner, it was an LA Girl lip liner, but I forgot what the shade was. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use the Elf liquid lipstick. But yeah, Crime Junkie is definitely one of my favorites right now. If you guys haven't listened to Dirty John, is a really good one. If you're not too much into true crime, that one's actually a really good like mystery thriller kind of story. And then I would definitely recommend listening to the Confronting OJ. It's actually the sister of Ron Goldman, but it's a really great podcast, and I think it just tells you the perspective. You kind of get it from someone that is grieving, and you really just, everyone grieves in a different way. Everyone mourns people differently, but the podcast is just a great podcast, and I really enjoyed listening to it and seeing the perspective from his sister and just kind of seeing her get closure, but I know she's still looking for answers and wanting more. But that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you guys never miss an upload from me, and I will see you guys all in my next one. Bye.